Our next presenter is Kathy Tannous. Kathy is from the School of Business. Her topic is the health and economic impact of residential fires. And I'd like to especially welcome, in association with that, the sponsors of the research, the Fire and Rescue New South Wales people who are joining us as well this afternoon. Thanks very much, Kathy.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is a bit of a change in pace, but I actually want to talk about residential fires and the work that I've been involved in for the last 3 years. And again, the honour that I've had that this has been a funded or co-sponsored research by my colleagues, Fire and Rescue New South Wales, that are in the room today. In terms of residential fires, each year there's over 4,000 incidents of house fires. And what I've also found is that the number of house fires is actually much more, because many people do not report to the fire service when they do have an incident. Fire and Rescue in 2014 decided to pilot an early intervention program. So they've identified those families that are most risk of having a fire using profiling data from the census, together with fire incident data going back 6 years. And then they decide to door knock those houses that are identified to be most at risk, and to provide a program called the Home Fire Safety Checks Program. Now, what that program involves is literally door knocking and conducting a series of provision of information, checking to see that they have an operational smoke alarm, providing a blanket, etc. As part of my evaluation, I did a couple of things. One, we did a randomized control trial, a clustered randomized control trial. What that meant is we looked at those who received the program, and we looked at those that didn't and did a comparison. In addition, I also went out on some of the deployments with the team. I was very honored with that. And part of doing that is it gave me a real insight into the households reaction to having been door knocked by the brigade. In addition, it was a real change in culture for the brigade, because they're going from being a reactive organization to being much more proactive, preventing rather than just responding to this type of events. I'm an economist, so as an economist, I was asked to work out the economic evaluation and the effectiveness of this. And what I was able to demonstrate is for every dollar that is spent on a home fire safety checks program, it saves $12. That's been checked and it's been peer-reviewed. In addition, the program was extended and looked at the most risk individuals, and that is the vulnerable aged, and that is working with Rural Fire Service as well as the Australian Red Cross to go out to the most isolated individuals, older individuals, and deliver again a similar sort of home fire safety checks program. And that was found again to be highly effective, and it actually continued to contribute to social cohesion and community connectedness. They also specifically worked with Aboriginal communities and households, and again, I was very lucky to go out on some of those deployments, and using community liaison officers as well as community personnel that were again very effective in connecting with that community. The third aspect, which is the part that looks most messy over there, and that is now where I'm taking this study, and that is being much more broadly and doing something that has not been done in the past, and that is to try to work out what is the true incident rate, what is the true health systems cost to individuals who suffer a residential fire, what is the true impact of this. Now, this is a population level study where approval has just been received from various levels, and where we are linking everything from the fire incident data from Fire and Rescue New South Wales, with the ambulance data, with the burns injury data, with the deaths register, with the hospital data set, and we're doing this across the entire state as well as ACT, and this is going to run from 2005 all the way up to 2018 worth of data. It's very ambitious, but at the same time, it would be, for the first time, give us a true measure of the cost of this. Now, Fire and Rescue has taken many of the studies and has used it in their business case, and were successful in obtaining funding for the Home Fire Safety Checks program, and they implemented in 2016 and 2017. What that means is we have now 10,000 households that are safer, that have a working smoke alarm. 60% did not when they door knocked. Even though it's legislative requirement, they did not. We also, what that means is we have over 30,000 people that are safer, and they are safer for the next 10 years. So that's been the impact of my study. In addition to the other aspect is the changing cultural aspect, which is now being much more proactive as compared to reactive. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kathy. From the judges.
Beyond the fire service, what other stakeholders did you consider engaging?
Yes, we actually engaged with the with regards to the study on the isolated age. It was with the Rural Fire Service, the Australian Red Cross, and with regards to this study, this linked data study that we're doing, that's being done in conjunction with Neuroscience Australia, Westmead Children's Hospital, the Burns Injury Registrar, as well as we have sign-in from the Ambulance New South Wales Ministry of Health, the ACT Ministry of Health, the Register of Birth, Deaths and Marriages. So it has very wide buy-in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.